My name is Harry Worth.
Yes?
How do you do, madam? I wonder if I could interest you in the little marvel. It's very useful for staircases, cupboards...
No, thank you.
It's worth double.
You go into the kitchen, Bunty. I must answer the telephone. Hello? Mrs Maybury here?
Oh, Mr. Fossick.
No, there's no Mr Fossick here.
No, Mrs. Maybury. This is Mr. Fossick.
Oh, are you any relation to Mr Fossick, the newsagent?
I am the newsagent. We've had an inquiry about your card in the window advertising your room to let, and the gentleman is coming round right away.
Oh, good. I'm anxious to let the room.
I must go, Mrs. Maybury. I've got a customer.
I think he may have just arrived. Goodbye.
Good morning, madam.
Good afternoon.
I wonder if... Is it really? My word, doesn't time fly when you're busy?
Invariably. Come in.
You mean I can step across the threshold?
Isn't that how you usually get into a house?
Yeah. Well, you know, I've never actually got into a house before. So far, I've just stood on the doorstep. In fact, by this time, I've usually had the door banged in my face.
Please go through.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
Won't you sit down?
No, thank you. It's very kind of you, but I do work far better standing up.
What's that in your hand?
Madam, this is the little marvel, very useful for staircases, cupboards, fireplaces, nooks, crannies, corners. 45p, but worth double.
I'm very impressed.
So am I. It's the first time I've got it right all day. Just a moment, I've told you a lie. It's 55p, but still worth double. Shall I give you a demonstration?
Well, I'd rather you sat down.
Yeah, well, if you so wish. Now, the little marvel.
Where are you living at the moment?
The little I beg your pardon.
Where are you living at the moment?
Well, I have 2 rooms in Rigby Road over the fishmongers.
And why do you wish to make a move?
Madam, you must be clairvoyant. I do wish to make a move.
Yes, I know.
Do you?
Yes. I've spoken to Mr Fossick.
Oh, Mr. Fossick.
The newsagent.
And he told you I wanted to make a move?
Yes.
Oh, I see. He's clairvoyant.
Is he?
Well, he must be. You see, I do wish to make a move.
But why?
Well, it's the fish, mainly. There must be cracks in the floorboards. You see, I live with the smell of haddock.
Oh. I can understand your reluctance to stay in those sort of surroundings. However, I don't think Mr Fossick gave me your name.
No, but he was right about me wanting to make a move.
Now, I may be seeing 1 or 2 others, so I must get the name right. What is it?
Fossick.
How strange. Are you in any way related to the newsagent?
Don't think so.
Then it's just a coincidence.
Yes.
Tell me, is there a Mrs Fossick?
Well, I've no idea, really.
You don't know whether you're married or not?
No, I know I'm not married, but I can't vouch for your Mr. Fossick.
But I thought you said you were Mr Fossick.
No. I'm sorry, you're getting a little confused, you see. Mr. Fossick is the man who sent me here. I am the man who came, and my name is Harry Worth.
Oh. So you're Mr Worth?
Now you've got it.
Tell me, Mr Worth, you usually have difficulty in communicating with people.
No, I can quite honestly say all my conversations are clear and direct as the one I'm having with you right now. Now, could I demonstrate the little mark?
Not yet. I have one or two more questions. Are you tidy about the house?
Madam, I have a motto. Don't put it down, put it away. And I put things away so well, even I can't find them.
Good. Now, Mr. Worth, you'll excuse me asking you this, but do you use bad language?
You mean like they do on television?
Yes. I couldn't have anyone living here who used bad language.
Do you know, I couldn't agree with you more. That's another reason why I want to move from over the fishmongers. If you could hear his language when he's filleting the fish, you'd never eat battered cod again.
Mr. Worth, do you drink?
Well, only if you're having one.
Oh, Mr. Worth, I think I'm a fairly good judge of character. I can forgive a great deal if a man has a cheerful disposition.
Now, that is the first thing they taught us on our sales course. They said a smile on the face was as good as a foot in the door.
Now, I think it's a very fair arrangement. In return for doing a few odd jobs for me, I will provide living accommodation at a token rent of £2 per week. Did Mr. Fossick explain all this?
But he hasn't been wrong so far. Let me see if I understand, because I have been known to misunderstand. You are offering me accommodation in this house for £2 a week.
Yes. You needn't make up your mind now. You can think about it.
I will think about it. I'll think about it while I'm moving in. £2 a week, I can't believe it.
You'd like to view the accommodation, of course.
No, I'm very, very happy by what I have seen. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will leave my suitcase as a deposit.
And I'll give you a key. When do you wish to move in?
Well, right away. I'll go back to my old lodgings and collect my few humble belongings.
What? Yes, of course, go in. Yeah. There's no point in going around the back, is there? Knock on the door and go on, but don't fall over the furniture, will you?
You'll bring the trunk down here and put it there. I won't be a moment, Sergeant. Been most kind.
Hang on. Ain't you forgot something?
No, I don't think so. There's 2 suitcases, 1 trunk. That's all I had.
What about some money?
Oh, some money. I won't be a moment, Sergeant. Thank goodness you remembered. You could have driven off without me paying you.
No chance.
Now, what exactly... It won't be a moment, Sergeant. What exactly do I owe you?
99p on the clock.
99p. How much is that in old money?
£1.
There you are, £1. Now then, Sergeant.
Yes, now then. I was wondering when you were going to get round to me.
Yeah.
What's this all about, then?
Well, it's a rather long story. Are you pressed for time?
Well, I am off duty at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, in that case, I'll try and shorten it. Now, I should tell you, you're going to think me a complete idiot. And I must be honest with you, you have very good ground.
I'll draw my own conclusions, if you don't mind. You just get to the nitty-gritty, eh?
Well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll start at the beginning and we'll see how far that gets us. Now, you must understand, I'm in the process of moving my lodgings. And today I went to a Mrs Maybury's in a lovely Victorian house at 14 Whitworth Grove. I liked what I saw, paid a deposit, went back to my old lodgings to get my belongings. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Oh, good, because this is where I fear I might lose you. Half an hour ago, I rang for a taxi to take me to 14 Whitworth Grove. Imagine my astonishment when I discovered Victorian house disappeared. In its place, a row of shops. The question I want to put to you is this. How do I stand regarding my deposit? Now, the question I want to know is, how can a Victorian house disappear be replaced by a row of shops?
It can't.
Exactly.
You must have gone to the wrong address.
That's what I thought, but I didn't. The taxi driver checked it.
Look, Mrs Maybury.
A lovely woman, and might I say, a very honest woman. Not the type to pull her house down and run away with the deposit.
Is she on the telephone?
Yes.
Do you know the phone number?
Nearly.
That is not quite good enough, is it?
Well, what I know it had 2 7s in it.
You sure of that?
Yes, I wrote it down.
Well, there's a Mrs Maybury here, 6161.
6-1. There you are.
Where are there 2 sevens in that?
There, 6 and 1 makes 7. 6 and 1.
How silly of me.
Yes, it's a good way of remembering a phone number, but we still have the mystery of the missing house.
Oh, I can solve that little problem for you now. You've just come from 14 Whitworth Grove, haven't you?
Right.
Well, your Mrs. Maybury lives at 14 Wentworth Drive.
Oh. Yeah, Wentworth Drive, Whitworth Grove. Anybody could make that sort of mistake. They have a similar ring. I was near.
You were miles off. It's the other end of the town. Now, would you please go?
Yes, I'll go. I've got quite a lot of weight here, haven't I? How far is this Wentworth Drive?
It's about 1.5 miles as the crow flies.
If you don't mind me saying so, that's not much help, is it, Sergeant? Even assuming I can find a crow, how can I be sure it's going in the right direction?
Are you going to go?
Yes, well, Mrs. Maybury's expecting me. I don't know how I'm going to manage all this luggage. Ah, do you happen to have a police car handy? Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw. I'll be there in no time.
If you haven't got your bags out of my police station within 30 seconds, I shall throw them on the pavement.
You can't say fairer than that.
Thank you.
Not at all. If I take the 2 cases, will you throw the trunk?
How long's this gonna take?
Yeah, well, this is a house I was thrown out of this morning. So next door must be Mrs. Maybury's.
This is the 3rd time we've stopped and you've said something stupid like that.
Yeah. How much do I owe you?
65p.
65p. Right.
Oi!
Yeah?
What about this big trunk?
Oh, yes, thank you. Bring it in.
Bunty, it doesn't look as if that nice Mr. Worth is coming. We'd better go to bed. Perhaps Mr. Fossick told him about you, and he doesn't like cats.
Mrs. Maybury.
Oh, you've arrived.
Yeah.
We thought we'd lost you.
Yeah, funnily enough, we thought we'd lost you. We've been searching for your house in Whitworth Grove.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Here! Where do you want this?
He's a very helpful soul. What would you give him?
Not very long, the way he's puffing and blowing.
Tell me, what do I owe you?
It's still 65p.
Tell me, 65p, how much is that in old money?
13 bob.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll give you one of these square sort of things. And two shillings. Now, how's that?
That's 70p.
Well, you've not left yourself enough, have you? I'll take one of these 2s back and give you one of these 5s.
Yeah. Well, that's the same.
Yeah, well, now we're straight.
Here, did I give you one of my cards?
Yes, I have your card here somewhere. There you are.
Thank you.
Just a moment. If you take that card, if I ever want you again, I won't be able to find you.
Yeah, that's right.
What a nice man.
Can I get you any supper, Mr. Worth?
No, thank you, Mrs. Maybury. I'm so exhausted, I think I will go straight to bed.
You'll find your room at the top of the stairs on the left.
Well, I shouldn't forget that, should I? You did say the left. Yes. Very nice. Very comfortable, very reasonable. £2 a week. Wait, think. £2 a week, is that in old or new money? What does it matter, Harry? Very reasonable. Hello, Pussy. Now, tell me, how did you get in here, eh? Let me look at you. Huh? Oh. Through the open window. Now, I'm sorry, Pussy, but you'll have to go the way you came. There you are, on the ledge. Down the drain pipe, that's right. Off you go.
Something frightful's happening on the roof.
Who is it?
It's Mrs Maybury.
And what is she doing up there?
No, I'm Mrs Maybury. Quickly, I need your help.
Are you all right?
Anything but. I'm frantic. I can't find Bunty.
Bunty?
My Siamese.
Oh, I didn't know you had another lodger.
Bunty's my cat.
Oh. Oh, was it a little brown one, lovely little thing with blue eyes?
Yes.
You can rest easy. I put him out.
Then you'd better get her back. She's very valuable.
Mrs. Maybury, I can't come out like this. I've only got my underpants on. I left my pyjamas under the pillow at the fishmonger's.
Wait there a minute.
You see, I could put my dressing gown on, but that's at the bottom of the trunk. I haven't unpacked it yet, you see.
Here, slip this on.
With what in mind?
You have to climb a ladder.
Oh. Thank you, Miss.
Please hurry, Mr. Worth. Every second could be crucial. She could be being attacked.
Mrs. Maybury. I can't wear this.
You need something on. You could get a chill.
If a policeman sees me, I'll get 6 months.
No one will see you. Follow me.
I'll never do it, Mrs. Maybury. This is a job for the fire brigade. Well, I can tell you this. I can't see any cats.
She's probably on the other side of the roof. Can you climb up and make sure?
Well, I'll try. I hope you realise, Mrs. Maybury, people get medals for this sort of thing.
I'm very grateful to you. Please don't let anything I may say to the contrary convince you otherwise.
Do you have a greenhouse?
Yes?
Yes. I'll repair it tomorrow. Shh, shh, shh. Mrs. Maybury, what can you hear?
Nothing.
Nor can I. Do you think she's gone?
I'd be happier if you could see if she's hiding behind the chimney.
Now, Mrs. Maybury, don't think your personal happiness doesn't mean everything to me. I'm sure it does. But your cat is probably behind that chimney with another cat. It's only natural. She's a cat is a cat is a cat. They're probably, you know.
Not my Bunty. Does Mr. Worth see what she's up to?
Oh, very well.
What's the matter?
I've caught my foot in this drain pipe.
Well, that wasn't very clever of you, Mr. Worth. You better come
I
down.
don't think you understand, Mrs. Maybury. I can't come down. I can't even move.
Not at all.
Not at all. I'm sinking fast, and I'm not exactly dressed for the occasion.
Perhaps I'd better ring for the fire brigade.
No, anything but that.
Well, we can't just stand here.
I can. I can't even move. What we need is a plumber with a hacksaw.
Mr. Cartwright would do it.
Would he?
But I don't think he opens till 9 o'clock.
Well, some you win and some you lose.
Hello, hello. What's going on up there, then?
I think we've lost this one. Good evening, Constable. Can you help?
Right. Tell me what happened.
Well, it's very simple, really.
Just a minute. Tell me what happened.
I found him on the roof of a house in Wentworth Drive, Sarge.
What's he dressed like that for?
Well, I'm dressed like this because...
Just a minute.
As you wish.
What's he dressed like that for?
Your guess is as good as mine, Sarge.
It's probably better than yours, but I'm asking for the facts.
Could I butt in for just one moment?
No, you can't.
Very well.
Go on.
He said he was looking for Bunty.
Looking for Bunty, eh?
I was looking for Bunty.
Be quiet. Go on.
I caught him red-handed trying to escape down a drain pipe, Sergeant.
I say again, can I butt in for one moment?
No.
Oh.
Go on.
Gave me this cock and ball story about a cat. I had to crack open a downspout.
Be quiet.
I didn't say anything.
What are you charging him with?
Acting in a suspicious manner on the roof of number 14 Wentworth Drive, Sergeant.
He lives at 14 Wentworth Drive.
Does he?
Yes, I do. Now, may I explain?
Yes.
Well, you see, the reason I'm wearing this coat is because I left my pyjamas under my pillow at the fishmonger's. Now, you're saying to yourself, but he could have worn a dressing gown. I couldn't, because it was in my trunk and I hadn't unpacked. And furthermore, Mrs Maybury wouldn't have got the ladder and sent me up the roof if I hadn't let the cat out. Now, have I made myself clear? No, I haven't made myself clear. Well, I'm not going to mention the little marvel. That will only complicate matters.
Little Marvel.
Little marvel. It's very useful for staircases, cupboards, fireplaces, nooks, crannies, corners. Very useful. 45p, but it's worth double.
What's he talking about, Sarge?
I don't know.
No, yeah, there you are. I said it would complicate matters. Now, if I could only get back to that lovely Victorian house of Mrs Maybury's. And by the way, the sergeant was right. It hadn't disappeared.
It hadn't.
No. If I could just remember Mrs Maybury's phone number.
6161.
You remembered.
Of course. 27.
Yeah. You see, it is a very good system for remembering phone numbers. 61... What was it again?
6161.
616...
No, you don't. You get in the panda car.
Oh, very well. Yes, Sergeant.
But, Sarge!
And you with him.
But, Sergeant!
Out, I said!
How long is in one of his moves?
Oh, Mr. Worth, thank goodness you're back, and in one piece.
Yes, Mrs Maybury, a new day has dawned. The birds are a-twittering. All is well with the world. By the way, did Bunty come off the roof?
Yes, she came off the roof, and I know exactly where she is.
Good.
I've got the ladder ready. Yes, come and look. There she is.